Excuse me, excuse me.
Who, me? You trying to speak to me?
Yes, I'm with the Jericho News Agency. I'm trying to find out what's going on. Where is this big crowd of people going?
I'm not sure, actually. I'm just following Jesus.
Jesus? Who's that?
He's the most amazing man I've ever met. He's a rabbi, a teacher, a leader, a healer. People say he may even be the Messiah. I don't know much about him yet, but I'm going to keep following him and listening to him until I know all about him.
Why would you follow someone you don't know much about?
Because he healed me. I told you, he's amazing. I used to be blind, couldn't see a thing. Spent all my days sitting by the roadside begging. I heard the crowd approaching and someone told me Jesus of Nazareth was passing by. I'd heard he had healed people, so I started shouting, "Son of David, have mercy on me." The people in the crowd told me to be quiet. I guess they didn't want Jesus to be distracted. They probably thought Jesus wouldn't want to be seen talking to a beggar. But I didn't let them put me down. I just shouted louder, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." I could hear the crowd walking past me, and I thought Jesus hadn't heard me or didn't want to speak to me, but I kept shouting anyway. Then I realised that a couple of his disciples were talking to me. They said, "Get up, he's calling you. We'll take you to him." So I threw my cloak aside, jumped up to my feet, and the disciples led me to Jesus.
Then what happened?
Jesus asked me, "What do you want me to do for you?" I thought that was kind of obvious, but I guess maybe he wanted me to say it, to show him that I believed he could heal me. So I said, "Rabbi, I want to see." Then Jesus said, "Go, your faith has healed you." And straight away I could see. It was incredible. I saw all the people and the sky and the trees and the dusty road which I sat beside my whole life. But best of all, I saw Jesus. And now I'm following him. I want to find out all about him, but even more, I want to get to know this amazing man who gave me my sight. Sorry, but I need to go now. I need to catch up with the crowd. I need to be near Jesus.
Thank you. What an incredible story. I need to see if I can find out more about this Rabbi Jesus.
I left school when I was 17 and I joined the Royal Air Force at 18 and then spent several years just moving around and doing my job. After that we were posted back to the UK and ended up at RAF High Wycombe and that's where our first contact with the Baptist Church started. Jesus sought me and found me, confronted me, and that's the point at which I realised I needed him in my life and that God had been leading me to that point. So from spending maybe the first 31 years of my life not really thinking about the existence of God, I can now look back and think on the second half of my life and really say that God has been leading me.
And so I prayed to God and I said, "God, if you're real, I need you to show me. I'm so confused right now. I don't know what's real. I just want the truth. I just want you." And that night I had the most vivid and powerful dream. And I knew that Jesus was real. Still hadn't actually repented by this stage, but went to a local church, not Viewfield but a different one, and basically came to Christ during that period of time. Even though being a Christian isn't necessarily easy, it's definitely the best thing that's ever happened to me.
My late Bible class years that a visiting speaker came from the Billy Graham Crusade who at the end asked if people would come forward, and that was the day that I accepted the Lord as my saviour. That was an extra special day, of course. That was one of the highlights of my early years.
I'd always believed that there was a God, but for the first time I was hearing about Jesus and how he had died for me, how I mattered to him, and how he had died for my sins. This last year has been a very difficult time for us all, this lockdown, but God is in control. He's got this. He loves us and He's with us, He's there.
Have you had an encounter with Jesus? Who might you share your story with this week?